The air in Adaora's Lekki apartment was thick with expensive perfume and cheap gossip. Her phone displayed a new text from Dele. "You're trading Ikoyi for Yaba, Ada. A man who relies on wills can't build an empire. Choose better." Adaora, vibrant and headstrong, threw the phone onto the bed. She knew the societal arithmetic. A UNILAG graduate should marry money, not kindness. Yet Tunde, waiting patiently in his modest Toyota Sienna with his folded chair, offered something money couldn't buy: peace. That evening, at a bustling restaurant in Surulere, Tunde presented the velvet box. When Adaora softly whispered yes, the silence that fell wasn't respect, it was shock. An older woman hissed loud enough for Adaora to hear. Pity, pure pity. But as Tunde's eyes, full of quiet destiny, met hers, Adaora felt a defiant joy. She had chosen a man, not a mortgage. The engagement photo, Adaora's polished hand resting gently on Tunde's, went viral on social media. Many hashtags showed up, including hashtag Pity Bride and hashtag African Love Story. Mama Chioma walked in, looking like a powerful, disappointed deity. A whole graduate marrying a cripple. Kindness won't pay NEPA, Adaora. You think love cooks soup in Lagos? Mama Chioma's voice dropped to a fierce whisper, invoking a threat of generational shame. The doubt finally crept into Adaora's heart. Later, when she confessed her fear to Tunde, he didn't reassure her with sweet words. He said with unsettling conviction, "They see the wheelchair, they don't see the engineer. Just trust the journey, Ada." After the call, Tunde's second secret phone, a sleek encrypted satellite phone, buzzed. The sender ID was simply the board. The wedding in Yaba felt more like a week. Adaora's friends wore smiles that didn't reach their eyes, and the guests who did attend seemed to be there for the spectacle. Dele arrived in a tailored suit, oozing calculated charm. "Final offer," he whispered during the reception. "I can save you from this Nigerian drama." Tunde, observing from his chair, simply raised his glass and gave Dele a chillingly polite nod. This quiet strength, this absolute refusal to be provoked, unnerved everyone. As their only wedding gift to each other, Tunde presented Adaora not with jewelry, but with a simple engraved USB drive. "This holds the future," he told her. That night, Adaora held the cheap drive and wondered, was this symbolic poverty or a strange kind of treasure? The reality of Lagos living quickly extinguished the honeymoon glow. Adaora battled traffic from Yaba to Lekki for her marketing job. Tunde managed his cramped cyber cafe, often working until 2 a.m. on his laptop. He explained his past vaguely. "An accident. I lost everything, but gained perspective." One evening, Adaora's office held a small anniversary dinner. She asked Tunde to join, needing a public show of support. Tunde hesitated, looking intensely at his screen. "I can't. I have to finalize this code. It's a critical moment for T-Hub Africa." Adaora felt a sting of resentment. Code? When her reputation was being shredded. She secretly took Dele's number from an old contact list, the temptation of easy glamour swelling in her mind. Adaora attended the company dinner alone. When the subject turned to her husband, Dele, already on his third glass of champagne, made his move. Tunde? Oh, he couldn't make it, Dele announced, projecting his voice across the elegant Ecos Hotel ballroom. The elevator doesn't take wheelchairs, remember? The snide laughter that followed felt like physical violence. Adaora fled, tears scalding her cheeks in the heavy rain. She called Tunde, sobbing, "I can't take the stairs anymore. You don't know what it's like." Tunde's voice was rock steady. "I understand the price of testing fate, Adaora. Just hold fast. Soon, they will see who you married." As Adaora disconnected, heartbroken, Tunde's laptop chime went off. A bright official email notification flashing a confirmation. Investment secured, 5 million USD. He was no longer Tunde the cyber owner. He was Chike, the visionary. The next day, a shiny black Mercedes, completely out of place, parked directly outside their Yaba street. A sharply dressed man with a severe briefcase approached the cyber cafe. Adeora watched baffled as the man practically bowed to Tunde. "Sir Chike," the man whispered urgently, "the Ikoyi estate architect is waiting. We need your final approval on the foundation structure." Tunde, now subtly referred to as Chike by the visitor, replied coolly, "Tell him I'm busy. I'm testing a low-latency network here." The neighbor's gossip machine went into overdrive. "He's not crippled. He's a fraudster. It must be juju. He's using the white man's ogun, that is technology, to trap her." Adeora, now thoroughly suspicious, demanded to know why a man with a cyber cafe needed an architect for an Ikoyi foundation. Adaora found the strength to confront him late that night. She held the USB drive and the official-looking papers she had secretly found. Who is Chike and what is Obi Holdings? Tunde sighed, his gaze heavy with weariness. "Tunde is a simple name. My birth name is Chike Obi, only son of Chief Obi, CEO of the largest tech incubator in West Africa." He confessed the full staggering truth. The accident had happened years ago, paralyzing him temporarily, but the recovery was slow. He deliberately took a modest inheritance and went undercover in Yaba, using a cheap wheelchair, running the cyber cafe, to find one thing: true love. Everyone saw the title, the wealth, or the pity. "I needed someone to see me," he admitted. "You passed the test, Adara. You married the man in the wheelchair, not the prince in the tower." Adara was speechless. She had married a test and she had won. Tunde decided that the time for the secret was over. He called his father, Chief Obi. 2 weeks later, a convoy of black SUVs, complete with security detail, shattered their small street. Mama Chioma, who was visiting to give Adaora one last warning, nearly fainted as Chief Obi, a towering figure of wealth and influence, stepped out. He didn't look at Tunde first. He looked at Adaora. "You are the woman who stood by my son when the entire family urged him to buy a trophy wife. You chose honor over fortune," he stated, his voice booming. Mama Chioma immediately shared her course and adopted the persona of the world's proudest mother-in-law, dramatically welcoming the entire street to her daughter's new destiny. It was a blend of high drama and unexpected humor. They moved into the expansive Ikoyi residence. Adara, now the wife of a multi-millionaire tech CEO, found her calling. Tunde, now Chike, formalized T-Hub Africa, a foundation dedicated to building advanced, affordable mobility technology for people with disabilities. Adara,
remembering the shame she felt, ensured every employee and every foundation recipient was treated with dignity. This was their true moral lesson. Wealth must serve a purpose greater than Instagram posts. Adara, though now rich, insisted on cooking Chike's favorite egusi soup herself. She maintained the quiet humility she learned in Yaba, realizing that true luxury was the peace they had found together, not the size of their compound.
Months later, after intensive, secret physiotherapy abroad, Chike returned home. He was still using the wheelchair in public, protecting his privacy. But one afternoon, standing alone in their sprawling Ikoyi garden, he called Adara's name. She turned, and Chike, summoning every ounce of his will, slowly, agonizingly stood up on his own 2 feet. Tears streamed down Adara's face, not tears of shock, but of shared triumph. "You did it, my love," she whispered, running to him. "No," he replied, leaning on her. "We stood up, together. You gave me the strength to heal the last part of me, the part that doubted my own worth." This moment, unseen by the public, was the true climax of their inspirational story. Chike and Adora held a grand ceremony, a renewal of vows, not a wedding. It was a globally televised event for their foundation's launch. The press, Dele, and Mama Chioma were all watching. As Adaro walked down the aisle, Chike met her, not in a wheelchair, but standing tall at the altar. The roar of the crowd was deafening. Their viral legend was complete. The man who tested the world and the woman who loved him unconditionally. The news went from Petty Bride to the queen who married a king. The final shot is a close-up of their foundation's motto: "Do not judge a book by its cover, nor a man by his temporary struggle."